Welcome to the second hour of this morning. Here are today's headlines. The National Assembly is set to pass the 2022 government budget proposal at 9 a.m. today, missing the legal deadline by 1 day, citing a computation delay. The proposal handles about 607 trillion won, up by 3.3 trillion won from this year. The 68 trillion won of COVID-19 related small business support accounted for a significant portion of the budget, while Parliament disagreed over the 7.2 billion won allocated for the country's first light aircraft carrier. South Korea's consumer prices surged 3% for 2 consecutive months, growing concerns of inflation at the end of the year. Inflation was mainly attributed to rising oil prices and agricultural products. People are now less likely to spend as prices rise. And according to Statistics Korea, consumer prices in November rose to an all-time high for nearly 10 years to 3.7%. The government expects consumer prices to settle down in December and plan to keep the annual inflation rate at 2%. The Social Disasters Commission announced the National Intelligence Service, or NIS, administered an investigation on the bereaved families of the Seoul ferry victims. According to a probe conducted by the commission, the NIS collected personal information and the economic backgrounds of the bereaved families and also tracked their activities with the Countermeasure Committee. They also kept track of what the media said and pressured news outlets that released critical reports regarding the issue. The NIS also obtained personal information of the judge who was in charge of the Seoul ferry case. The commission will conduct additional probes and plans to introduce countermeasures accordingly. Finally, Chinese Foreign Minister Hua Chuning called Japanese ambassador in Beijing, Hideo Tarumi, for an urgent meeting after the former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said, quote, Japan and the U.S. may intervene if China attacks Taiwan. Abe's remarks came from a speech he delivered at a forum hosted by the Institute for National Policy Research in Taipei. The Chinese foreign minister rebuked Abe's remarks as an interference in China's internal affairs, a provocation against China's sovereignty, and support for the independence of Taiwan. However, the Japanese ambassador said China had to understand that different views exist, and China's one-sided views were unacceptable. And you can listen to these headlines once again on our YouTube channel by searching TBS eFM. Once there, you'll also get a script of the headlines and subtitles as well. Coming up next, our weekly segment, Pop and Culture.